GB News presenter Patrick Christys is one of the many members of the channel to share his frustrations on the Labour government. Days after Rachel Reeves' controversial decisions on the November budget emerged, Patrick took to X to declare his frustrations. He declared, "This is the most deceitful government in history. Everything is a lie." It's not just Rachel Reeves that has inspired his frustration, with Keir Starmer's latest confession also adding to the comment after Patrick shared his opinion on GB News on Friday evening. He wrote that there was a rare moment of truth from the Prime Minister as he said, "Sir Keir Starmer admits we have no deterrents in the Channel to stop the invasion of Britain." Patrick referenced Rachel Reeves' quote which said, "We will be ending the costly use of hotels to house asylum seekers in this Parliament." But in his GB News article, he said, "Well, it's now emerged that we are actually going to treble the cost of asylum accommodation." Patrick fumed that it emerged that the Rwanda plan was a greater deterrent than the one-in, one-out deal with France. He fumed about Yvette Cooper's statement that the French were going to change their rules to be able to intervene with the boats, before writing, "Well, that promise lasted about as long as her tenure as Home Secretary, didn't it?" sharing further fury that it never happened. He added, "Today, he admits there's no deterrent. There is, Prime Minister. Stop the benefits, suspend asylum applications and deport, deport, deport." In the comment piece he continued to fume about Labour's lies, mirroring what he said in his comment on X. His followers quickly added to his frustrations on X, with one user writing, "There should be calls for a snap election now we know this government has deceived the public about deficit and taxation." Another raged, "All they do is deflect and blame absolutely anyone or anything else apart from themselves. When you thought the Conservatives weren't rotten enough." It comes as Rachel Reeves was accused of deliberately making UK finances look worse. Reeves claimed figures from the Office for Budget Responsibility, OBR, would show that tax rises were needed. However, when the figures were actually published this week, they showed the opposite. She will now face pressing questions from the opposition, media and voters as to why she breached her manifesto pledges on tax without any good reason.